My worries that my luck was about to run out were not unfounded. The day began with a routine patrol, during which we encountered and engaged a pair of French Squadron two-seaters. After a short pursuit and exchanges of gunfire, I managed to bring down the enemy plane, a victory that would later be confirmed. As the two-seater plunged down towards the earth, I didn't spare a single thought for its crew. The pilot, incapacitated or killed by my fire. The gunner, helplessly clinging to the aircraft that is taking him to his doom. Instead, I selfishly looked around to see which landmarks I could mention in my report, and who was close enough to be named as a witness. Thinking back on this, I am disturbed that this war has made me so unfeeling. I remember the nightmares I had after shooting down my first Squadron, when I was horrified at the fatal judgment my attack had imposed on its crew. I'm saddened that it has taken the side of my own blood to make me remember that the planes that we are shooting at are not automatons, but machines crewed by living, breathing humans. They may be my enemies, but I shouldn't treat them with callous disregard and be ignorant of their suffering. My own fate was almost sealed when I attacked a pair of Newport 12 two-seaters. They were flying below me, and I foolishly decided to attack them on my own, and I made a mess of that attack. While I was lining up my shot, I already felt that my approach was putting me in a bad spot. This was almost immediately confirmed when the gunner of the Newport in front of me opened up and bullets tore through my aircraft. I felt a sudden blow impacting my body, and although it didn't hurt at first, I was immediately aware that I had been shot. I pulled away and put the aircraft into a steep dive. Excruciating pain, like none I have ever experienced before, had now set in, and I realized that I was bleeding profusely. I knew that I had to seek help immediately. To my immeasurable relief, I spotted an army camp below me. Surely they would have a field hospital there. After a rough landing, I was lifted from the plane by soldiers who had seen my descent and immediately rushed me to a doctor. Despite being shot, I had once again been lucky. The bullet had passed through my body without hitting anything vital. It was just a flesh wound that could be treated and stitched up. Still, I was transported to a hospital in Sedan and declared unfit for flying for almost 3 weeks. In that period, I received a confirmation for my victory and an Iron Cross First Class together with a Black Wound badge. Holding the Iron Cross in my hand, I'm aware that it has been bought with blood, both the enemy's and now my own. I'm thoroughly sick of this slaughter at Verdun, where men in the thousands are being fed into the furnace of war. Therefore, I welcome the news that I will soon be transferred back to Flanders. Increased English air activity has made it necessary to bolster the squadrons in that region. Althaus and Grafe have already left to join 2 squadrons there, and they report back that the English pilots are very aggressive opponents. But I can't imagine that the situation there is worse than here at Verdun. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our amazing Wings Over Flanders Fields campaign, where we are currently flying for Kampfeinsatzkommando Severy as the German pilot Felix von Berg. Our aircraft is of course still the Fokker E3, and I really do hope that soon better designs will arrive on the front lines. I don't know how much longer we have to wait for that, but it can't come soon enough. The Fokker E design is just so outdated at this point, and the potential consequences of that, well, those we have seen in the previous episode, haven't we? I attacked a pair of Newport 12, so French two-seaters, and one of the gunners managed to get a really good burst into my plane, and myself, I was wounded. Now, I'm not gonna simply blame the aircraft and say it's all its fault. After all, it was my own decisions in flying that put me into that position to be shot at by that gunner. But the problem with the Fokker E3 is that when you realize that you have made a grave mistake and that you have put yourself into a terrible position, you are simply too slow and you are not maneuverable enough to get out of that position before you are forced to face the consequences. And that's why I really hope for a better aircraft soon. As I mentioned, I was wounded, and Felix actually had to spend almost 3 weeks in hospital recovering from his injuries. So it is already the 6th of June 1916, we have missed most of the previous month, and we are also not gonna fly today because the weather seems to be bad. Now, I have it set up in such a way that I can go to the briefing, and the game will now ask me, "Poor weather is hampering our normal operations. Proceed to the briefing room and fly anyway," and I can accept or decline. I will decline to fly. Wetterbericht. All flights cancelled. Ruhe. Here is the latest from the local meteorological unit. Weather. Precipitation and heavy cloud cover. Precipitation rate, heavy rain. So it's really good that we didn't fly. It's not a good idea to fly in heavy rains. I mean, I would do it under special circumstances. For example, if we have an offensive beginning or something like that, then I would disregard the weather and just fly. But when we don't have to, we better shouldn't. We rather shouldn't fly in such weather. Let's see if the weather is better today. Neuer Tag. Another day in the Great War. It is now the 7th of June 1916 at 6 o'clock. And the enemy shows no sign of letting up, and nor will we. Currently the ground war on the front is quiet, apart from minor barrages and exchange of small arms fire. Be careful of machine gun nests when flying low over the front. We are currently maintaining a steady number of sorties. Viel Glück. Let's see if the weather has improved. Oh, news. Germans capture Fort Vaux. Fort Vaux, one of the Verdun fortresses, has finally fallen after a long German siege. 5 days ago, the Germans began to attack the fort directly with flamethrowers and forced French troops outside to retreat into the fort. The Germans could not be stopped, as the fort had previously been stripped of artillery. French commander Reynaud resisted for 3 days with water supplies gone and the fighting taking place inside the galleries, with grenades, guns and bayonets. Reynaud has now been captured by the Germans under military honors for having fought bravely in extreme conditions. So another of the major defensive forts around Verdun has been taken. Another gap in the defensive ring. Maybe this is finally the opportunity for our troops to break through the defenses and advance to the city of Verdun. I guess we'll see in the next days if this breakthrough can be exploited. But for now, it looks like the weather has improved, so we will fly today. But before we do that, I want to talk about our pilots really quick. One of you has pointed out in the comments of or to the previous episode that our squadron size has been reduced. We are down from 8 pilots to only 6. What happened? Indeed, Grafe and Althaus are both missing. Gone. I investigated. If we go to the intel room and then go to transfer, we can take a look at friendly squadrons. Let's go to Flanders. And here we see in Keck Nord, so Keck North, Winand Grafe. He has been transferred to Bertancourt and is now serving in this unit. If we go to Keck Süd, so Keck South, here we find Ernst Freier von Althaus. He too has been transferred to Flanders. I have a little request for the developers, should they be watching this. Could we maybe get a pop-up notification if pilots are being transferred out from our squadron. Because, well, right now we are still early in the war. Well, at least in the air war we are quite early. So there aren't that many squadrons around. I mean, even here in Flanders, the number of fighter squadrons is very low, as you can see. So finding these two guys was not difficult at all. But late in the war, when there are dozens of squadrons, finding a specific pilot might be a little bit tedious. So I think it would be a really good idea to have a pop-up notification that informs the player, hey, these members of your squadron have transferred out to this and that unit. That would be really good. So maybe that can be added. If it can, thank you very much. Let's hit done, and we will be taking off just after 6 o'clock. We are looking at the sky filled with scattered clouds, and it does look like the whole remaining squadron might be going up together. Let's wait for the ground crew to prepare the flight, and then we'll go and find out what kind of mission they have planned for us today. What is it going to be? Meine Herren, our mission is close air support. Provide air support for troop movements. This is a special assignment. The Commandant has chosen B Flight to carry out this vital mission. Craft to be escorted are aviatics from Casta 8. 3 of them. Escorted craft are flying from Brulin-Higny. They will bomb behind enemy lines to create a diversion. The flight of aviatic Cs have made good time and will be above our field when we start. Meet up with them by at least waypoint A. Our destination is the enemy's troop army camp in sector VA 416, 17 miles away. They recommend that we fly at an altitude of 1 kilometer. We must stay in the area for at least 24 minutes and protect the two-seaters. Kette 1 will assist by flying top cover, which is good. Oh crap, we are going to Verdun again, aren't we? Indeed we are. Okay. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. 1 kilometer is very low to be over Verdun. We are taking off from Sivry, flying to the circle up waypoint, then to waypoint A where we will meet the bombers, and then we will escort them to Verdun. But I think I'm gonna raise the altitude, because 1 kilometer, that's dangerous, to put it mildly. Let's see, target altitude, we are gonna increase that to 1400. I think that's a good compromise. The meeting altitude, escort attach waypoint altitude, I'm gonna raise to 800. And the detach waypoint altitude I'm gonna raise to 1200 maybe. This looks more reasonable. It does. So okay, my flight will be led by Flying Pastor Lörzer. Malinkroth will be with us, and then myself of course. Kette 1 will be led by Bölke. He will be accompanied by von Sastroff and Kurz. Oh, by the way, now that Althaus is gone, Bölke is our only Fokker E4 pilot that we have. Yeah. So we only have one Fokker E4 with us. Everybody else is flying the E3. Which is not a big problem. Okay. This will be the mission. Aviatics, huh? Casta 8, poor guys. Let's hope that they get some Rolands soon as well. I'd rather be escorting Rolands than Aviatics. But it is what it is. They are gonna bomb Verdun, we are gonna help them. Let's take a quick look at the weather report. Partial or scattered cloud cover, wind 60 knots, moderate breeze, north-northeast. Let's go. And we are ready. We are ready to go. There's the command to turn on the engines. Let's switch it on. The engines are roaring to life, and we are beginning to take off. I'm following now. Off we go. Oh, by the way, I should mention something really quick. So, Felix, our pilot, has been recovering from his injuries for almost 3 weeks. Almost 3 weeks without flying. I imagine that a combat pilot might get a little bit rusty after being away from his aircraft for so long. Coincidentally, I also have not been flying for a few weeks. I've been on vacation, and so I might be just as rusty as Felix would be. What a happy coincidence. I really do hope that I don't make a fool out of myself today because I'm rusty, but if I do, I'm completely blaming it on that. So, I might actually tell you later a little bit more about my vacation and about the things that I've done. But for now, we are gonna proceed to the meeting point with the aviatics. There goes Bölke. We are gonna proceed to the meeting point, join the aviatics, and I think we'll resume the video once we are crossing into enemy territory. But do pay attention to that observation balloon over there. Isn't it nice how it's hanging in the sky like that? Welcome back. So, we have joined up with the aviatics. Here they are. And we will now escort them to Verdun basically, so that they can bomb stuff. Hopefully. We are crossing the front lines now. Then oh shit. Biplanes. 4 of them. Those could be Newports, I guess. We have to stick to our aviatics here and protect them. But now I'm very much concerned. I'm trying to climb as hard as I can. Okay, the Newports have turned around and they are flying parallel to our formation here. I guess they want to get out of our anti-aircraft fire there. This is not good. They might be coming towards us. In that case, I'm a little bit exposed back here. I'll try to catch up to the aviatics so that I get some protection from their gunners too. Yeah, they're coming. I'm too slow. I'm too damn slow. Will they go for me or will they go for the aviatics, or will they split up? Okay, my guys are turning around. Looks like we'll try to keep them away from the aviatics. This will be a difficult fight. One is on me, that one back there. He's following me directly, I can tell. Okay, the other two are going in. And the Newport is closing in on me, so let's go. Short burst at that guy. I definitely got some hits on this guy here. And I might get a few hits on this guy here as well. Okay, he's trying to climb back up to me. It's an opportunity if I don't lose the aircraft, that is. God damn it. Stalled it at the worst possible moment. Okay. Ah shit, this is not good. Oh, he got a burst into me. I might think about running here, to be honest. There's 2 on me, I can't deal with that. Maybe even 3. Yeah, I'm running. Yeah, it's good. Okay, guys, leave me alone. Another hit. Oh, the aircraft is still handling somewhat, but I'm running. Am I running in the right direction? Yes. Oh god damn it, they come again. Okay, I'm turning. Low over the ground. Just juking here. Trying to provoke an overshoot. Did you see the holes in my wing? Yes, I'm trading altitude here, but... Oh shit, he's already back. I'm still okay. Leave me alone. Yeah, I have to turn here. They will not die for me like this. They don't want to risk smacking into the ground. Keep them busy. That's all I need to do. Keep them busy. Okay. Try to break away. I think I have ground fire helping me out. I think I heard gunshots and I don't think they're aimed at me. So I'm dragging these guys over the frontline positions now. Over the trenches. Yeah, this guy is climbing up. He does not want any of that. No. More hits. Where is he? There he is. Keep up the turn. Keep up the turn. Keep up the turn. There are the little remains of a village here in front of me. There's a balloon over there. If I can make it to the balloon, I should be in a pretty decent position. They might be breaking away. Yeah, they are not stupid. They don't want any of this ground fire. Nope. He might be trying to come back on me. I'm simply not fast enough to escape. That's the... Whoa. That's the problem here. Quick burst. Oh, he's almost on me and I almost stalled out. Let's skim the ground. Goodbye. I think he lost me. He's heading in the other direction now. Where's the other one? There. I managed to evade. I got out. I'm building up a little bit of height here. And I'm getting out. My aircraft is damaged, I can feel it. I have to go home. I'm definitely feeling it. Bullet holes here next to me. Probably much more bullet holes somewhere else. But at least I've drawn these new pods away from the aviatics. That's something. Oh boy. I got lucky. I got very lucky that I managed to evade. And that I managed to get in range of my trenches instead of the French trenches. Had I been so low above the French trenches, I would now not be returning home. But since I was above my trenches, my soldiers from the trenches were able to shoot at these guys and divert their attention sufficiently so that they left me alone. Now we have to get back to Sivry. How is my engine doing? Seems to be stable. How are the controls doing? Rudder is fine, elevator is fine. Roll is not great, but it's working. Well, the roll is just as always, to be honest. The 4KE series doesn't roll great, and that's one of the major drawbacks. Oh boy. I'm alive. Felix is still alive. That could have gone very wrong. That could have gone very, very wrong indeed. Somehow I'm still alive. 3 new pods decided to go after me. Well, I guess I was somehow... I made myself an easy target, maybe? Not sure. But I'm so lucky that I managed to get to my own trenches. So lucky. That saved me. Without a doubt, that's what saved me. While we fly back to Sivry, I did mention earlier that I maybe want to tell you a bit more about my vacation. I guess now is as good a time as any. So, I'm not somebody who can simply sit idle during a vacation. Just, you know, the stereotypical all-inclusive hotel, sit all day at the pool stuff. I can't do that. That's not for me. I need to see things, experience things, do things. And so I did some things. Let me tell you about them real quick. So, I went to Croatia, to Split, where I got a chance to visit and tour the missile gunboat Šibenik and talk to its crew a little bit. That was quite nice. I've posted about that on YouTube actually. So, once again, thank you to the crew of that ship for being so open to me asking questions and, well, generally being really awesome guys. Then, what else did I get to experience? I drove up the highest paved road in Croatia, literally all the way to a mountain peak. You can find that road in the nature park Biokovo near Makarska. The road really goes all the way up to the peak of the Biokovo mountain massif. It's quite awesome. Really a quite awesome experience. Very challenging road to drive. Extremely challenging. You need to know the dimensions of your car extremely well, because it is an extremely narrow road. Most of the time, on one side you will have the mountain, and on the other side you will have nothing except an old rusted through guardrail. And the road is extremely narrow. Oh, I'm not the only one who got into trouble. Somebody is smoking badly, And the smoke, the magic smoke, has just completely escaped, which is never a good sign. Somebody's in trouble. I think... yeah, he's trying an emergency land. That's Mallinckrodt. I see the red wheels on his Fokker. I think he's trying to come in for an emergency landing, but he doesn't have enough speed to swing back to the airfield. He's not the only one. We have an an aviatic down there. Oh, his engine, it might still be working. I hear something. But, dude, he's too slow to turn. He can't turn anymore. And trees are looming ahead of him. He's trying. He's trying to thread the needle. Okay, that didn't work. He caught a tree. Good effort though. He almost made it. I thought earlier that... oh, his plane caught on fire. I thought earlier, isn't it weird that there are only 2 aviatics? Didn't they say there would be 3? Well, it looks like one of the aviatics had some trouble and emergency landed at our airfield. I lost sight of it. But there was an aviatic down here. There, on the hillside. It turned around and almost made it to the airfield. The way today really isn't going well, it's a catastrophe. Where was I? Oh yes, the mountain road. Very narrow, and traffic is going both ways, but it's only wide enough for 1 car. So, if a car comes from the other directions, one of you has to reverse to one of the spots that are available every few hundred meters for a car to squeeze into so that another one may pass it. A really fun experience when you get to do that on an extremely narrow road. There was one guy that arrived on the mountain peak while I was up there. He smashed the front right side of his car on the way up there. But if you get the chance to do that, do it. If you're confident in your abilities. It's a really awesome experience, and the view from up there is amazing. After I've been some time in Croatia, I have driven further to Hungary, to Budapest, to the capital of the country. What a lovely city. What a lovely, lovely city. Very pretty city too, with the river Danube running right through the city center basically. Who is this? Flying Pastor Lörzer. Okay. I'll try to land together with him. He too returned home. So it looks like our whole flight was messed up, but we all managed to get home. Although Mallinckrodt is probably in a less than happy state right now. Once again, it's amazing that you can just tell from the paint job on the aircraft who you're looking at. What an amazing feature. Okay, I brought the aircraft down, fortunately. Yeah, okay, we are good. Now, or we are not quite good. Let's not run in front of him. So, what I really wanted to tell you about happened in Budapest. In Budapest, as I was touring the city, I saw in the background, from time to time, a red and white striped balloon hanging in the sky. And I thought to myself, that's something that could be interesting. So I looked up what it could be. And in Budapest there is a place where you can go up in a tethered balloon. In a tethered observation balloon. So basically just like the observation balloons here, a balloon that is tied to the ground with a cable and can be winched up and down with an engine. Of course I did that. And it was amazing. I very much enjoyed that experience. Let's check for damage real quick. Some bullet holes in my right wing that for some reason disappear when I look at them from a specific angle. Isn't there anything else? Hard to believe. I'm sure there are some other holes somewhere that I don't see right now. Ah yeah, there are more holes right next to me. 2 holes right next to me there on my right side. And then the 3 holes next to the compass. And then apparently 2 more holes in the tail, halfway between myself and the elevator. There might be more damage somewhere else, but when I look from this side... I'm not sure what's up with the decals. Yeah, I see more holes in the tail, once again on the side of the tail. Halfway between the 2 black crosses that are painted on the plane, on the tail. And I also see some holes in the rudder. Okay, I got shot up. Awesome. I got shot up a bit. Should we return to the briefing now? To the debrief? Or should we wait a little bit? Oh, we might wait a little moment while I tell you of the balloon experience. So, the balloon that I went up in is... well, you take that ride and it lasts for about 15 to 20 minutes, something like that. I think about 15 minutes. And you are flying up to about 150 meters. And the view on the city is really nice from up there, and we have anti-aircraft guns shooting. Who are they shooting at? That's 3 Newports. Is it the same 3 Newports? I don't know. But I guess they came over to have a look. Maybe see if they can catch another straggler returning to the airfield here. This raid is a disaster. And it really shows that the skies at Verdun are no longer safe for us. So much anti-aircraft fire going up to these guys. But they are flying on. They are flying on, they are just taking a look at the airfield here. Trying to spot some stragglers, probably. You bastards. Wait, can we take a look at them? Let's see... No, we can't. What a shame. So yeah, if you should find yourself in Budapest, I recommend that you do that if you're not afraid of heights. It's really a unique experience, and I don't know of any other place off the top of my head where you can take a ride in a tethered balloon. Of course, you can take a ride in a hot air balloon in many places, but a hot air balloon is something entirely different. In a hot air balloon, you are stuck up there in a little basket for, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. I don't know how long a ride lasts. And also, hot air balloons are a little bit... Aren't they a little bit weird? You have no control about where you're going, after all. It's just the wind carries you wherever. The only control that you have is... do you want more or less lift? Depending on how much hot air you blow into the balloon. And I have personally seen that that can go a little bit wrong. A few years ago, quite a few years ago actually, at a former workplace, I was working in the evening, sitting in the office on the upper floor of the building. I looked out the window, and all of a sudden, the basket of a hot air balloon came into view, as it just barely cleared the roof of the building. Then it continued on, and just barely cleared a high voltage power line a little bit further away. And then it plowed into the field beyond the high voltage power line. Now fortunately nobody seemed to be seriously hurt because no emergency services were called. But I don't know what went wrong with their descent. If they let out too much hot air. or God knows what. But that was a really messed up landing and it could have gone very wrong. It was definitely not a soft landing, and so I think then and there I decided that hot air balloons are nothing for me. Alright, I think we have waited enough. Nobody seems to be coming in right now. I don't know where Keta 1 is currently. I hope they are still escorting those aviatics and that everybody's fine. But let's go to the debrief now. Let's see. How is everybody doing? Rounds fired 53. 2 hit. Only 2? 4% accuracy. I thought I did better than that. But okay, total flying time was 34 minutes. Despite our losses, we are making headway. Get ready for your next sortie. Final status, you landed at your home field. Your aircraft was moderately damaged and it is estimated that it will take 1 day to repair. Work will commence immediately on this machine. Our airfield has sustained damage from enemy bombers. Repairs will commence as soon as possible, of course. Your transfer request to Yasta 1 has been approved. Disregard Yasta 1. When you arrive there, make yourself familiar with your aircraft and new squadron. Debrief for Kette 2. Our brief was close air support. Meine Herren, our mission for today was to assist our ground forces at a designated troop position. Progress was as follows. A total of 3 machines took off successfully. 3 machines reached the rendezvous point to try and meet up with the aviatics from Casta 8. 3 machines reached the escort detach point. Well, did we do? Okay. Keta 1 is okay. They are still flying. They are still on the mission. It's just us who got messed up. So yeah, we all landed. Malinkrot was lightly wounded. His aircraft is written off. And my aircraft is damaged, of course. But that doesn't matter now. The main thing is that I survived. Wow, that could have gone much, much differently. We need better aircraft. Desperately. Let's sit down and see what happens. Neuer Flugapparat. Message from your new commandant. Vizefeldwebel Felix von Berg. Welcome to your new home. You have been allocated a machine that might be quite different to what you were used to, so be sure to familiarize yourself with the machine before you take to the skies. Ah, damn it. Don't do that to me. For a moment there I had hope. No, it's another E3. Ah, okay. Special transfer. Message from the Commandant. Meine Herren, today we welcome some very promising pilots. I expect that our capabilities and performance will thus be improved in the coming weeks. Introduce yourself to them in the duty room. Let's take a first look at our new squadron. Neuer Tag. Another day dawns at on the Western Front. It is now the 8th of June 1916, just past midday. The enemy must be as tired as we are with this never-ending mayhem, but we must continue. A repaired machine is ready for use, blah blah blah. The following members have been awarded victories. Hauptmann Arnold Freundlieb. Somebody has been awarded a medal. Hauptmann Arnold Freundlieb has been awarded an Iron Cross First Class. We received a replacement machine. Currently the war at the front is quiet, apart from minor barrages. AA fire has been getting more accurate, so avoid AA fire concentrations if you can. We are currently maintaining a steady number of sorties. And this is it. We are now a member of Kampfeinsitzerkommando Nord, stationed at Bertancourt. It's nice to meet you again, Winand Grafe. Oh, that's awesome. A nice big squadron again. But you know what? I am gonna ask for leave. Denied. I'm still gonna take leave manually because we need some time to facilitate the transfer to another squadron, so I think taking a week off is reasonable. Let's select a week and advance time by that. Special transfer, meine Herren, today we welcome some very promising pilots. I expect that our capabilities and performance will thus be improved in the coming weeks. Introduce yourself to them in the duty room, okay. Let's see. Hauptmann Arnold Freundlieb had a claim rejected. Yet another claim rejected? Wow, poor guy. No casualties, no casualties, no casualties, no casualties, okay. A new day. It is now the 15th of June 1916 at 6 o'clock. The war seems to go on forever, but there is no time to waste. Okay. For the moment we are surviving. Be on constant alert at all times. The enemy have been reportedly quite active in the air over our sector. Well, that's ominous. Viel Glück. It is the 15th, and that will be the first day when we take to the skies in our new squadron. But that will be something for next time. For now, let's review today's mission really quick. So, all air units. This is centered on Bertincourt now. Okay, there we go. The snap back to Verdun. We become airborne. Yes, yes, some Rolands are taking off from back there. Okay, let me zoom in on this, because the flying here will be extremely erratic, I imagine. Some new ports are taking off from Lem. I wonder if those are the ones that we met. We are flying a turn here. Some Quadrons are taking off at Vadenancourt. Aviatics are taking off from Spincourt here. Fokker E4 is taking off from Béchamp. And yeah, we are currently just waiting here. More Fokkers are taking off from Yamet, so it looks like we really had a big raid going on. But it went wrong for us. A Fokker E4 receives blast damage from a French anti-aircraft gun, but far away from me, so it's not going to be our concern right now. And yeah, this is where things start to go wrong. I actually do hit... Yeah, it's Escadrille 69, Newport 11s. I do hit a Newport. I guess that was the head-on. I'm not sure, and now it gets squiggly here. I take hits. I take hits, and I take hits, and I take hits. And I take hits, and I take more hits. I take a lot of hits. And it looks like I'm now beginning to try to make my way back. An Aviatic lands at Sivry from Castet, that's the one that emergency landed. And I take hits. And yeah, I think maybe by this point I managed to break away. A Roland is dropping bombs somewhere. Oh, over here, okay. In the east. A Fokker E4 suffers a fatal fire. Not of our unit. Damn. French entrenched troops destroyed. Yes, yes, yes. Let's skip all that. That's not the interesting part. And an Aviatic is dropping bombs near Verdun. So the Aviatics did actually make it to Verdun, which is nice. French AA gun bombed. Okay, nice. Rolands are dropping bombs somewhere. But I don't care about that right now. Let's just skip all of that. Fokker E3 suffers a fatal crash. Oh, that was Mallinckrodt. Here at Sivry. He collides with a trio building, yes. Rolands are continuing to bomb. Fokker E3 takes hits from a Newport 11. 16 miles away. Fokker E3 destroyed by Newport 11. From Kek Yamets. So Kek Yamets also came over to Verdun to support in this raid. One of them got shot down. Aviatics are dropping more bombs. Fokker E3 lands at Sivry. That must be Lurza. And now I'm landing behind him. And the Aviatics are destroying some things. But not a lot, actually. When you compare what the Rolands are doing to the poor French. They're absolutely devastating their objective. And Newport 11 lands at Verdun. Another one. Yeah, Escadrille 69 returns to Verdun. So I guess that wasn't Escadrille 69 that we saw in the skies close to Sivry. Aviatics are still dropping bombs though. I wonder if they are bombing the airfield actually. I think they are bombing the airfield here. Yes, they are. Newport 11 bombed by Aviatic. Nice one. They bombed one of the Newports that landed, I think. I guess the Newports were maybe low on fuel or something, they had no choice. Or were maybe damaged by the ground fire. Nice one. Very nice. Ah, that I like to see. Skipping all of this stuff. And yeah, that's it. Sustained some damage, but that's okay. What a mission. What a mission. So, let's take a quick look at the intel room. So that I can show you where we are now. We are now stationed at Bertancourt, which is pretty much halfway between Bapaume and Cambrai. You might remember this area from our time at Douai. Whenever we had to fly south, we often came close to Bapaume. Sometimes I think we even got a look at Bertancourt. And so that's where we are based now. I might actually, for my next mission, I might do a solo flight just to scout the area before going on a proper mission with the other pilots. I'll see. I'll see what I'll do. Let's have a quick intel. Read here, Lagerbericht. Apart from local small arms action, it is all quiet on the Western Front. However, be alert and avoid flying too low over enemy lines. We could take a look at the aces in our current squadron, but maybe I'll reserve that for next time. Yeah, there's only one ace with a full biography here. Our squadron does have historic aces, of course. The problem is, I would have loved to go to a unit with no historic aces, but the Kampfeinsitzer-Kommandos at this time, so these Fokker squadrons, they were really the cream of the crop, the elite. And many pilots that later became aces were flying in these formations. So they are absolutely full of them. It will change later in the war, especially once the squadrons start to grow even further. But right now that's just the situation. It pretty much doesn't matter where we go. Many or most squadrons are full of historic aces. So yeah, I've decided to go to Kampfeinsitzer-Kommando Nord for various reasons that I might go into at a later point. Right now, I wonder, are there any news? Let's jump into the main menu really quick and then jump back into the campaign menu and take a quick look. We did skip a week. Did nothing happen during that week? Oh well, there you go. Something's happened. Okay. French promote flying heroes on the 10th of June. With the carnage of the Verdun battles weighing heavily on the morale of their population, the French have begun to single out for attention any aviators that have scored 5 or more aerial victories. A pilot who has met this standard is being dubbed an ace, and victory counts are being published in running box scores in the press. A barrage of patriotically inspired publicity is being directed to these individuals, Perhaps as a diversion from the otherwise dismal news from the trenches. The Germans have already been promoting flyers like Oswald Bölke for some time, typically calling those with 10 or more kills a Kanone, Top Gun. The British have not followed suit out of concern that acclaiming these pilots would diminish the equally valiant service and sacrifice of two-seater pilots, gunners and observers. I thought it was 8. Maybe they raised it by now, but I thought the limit for, or the count the German pilots had to reach was 8 to be called a Kanone. Top Gun, I mean, yeah, Kanone just means cannon. You can, I guess, translate it as Top Gun, but just cannon would be more accurate. 13th of June. Ypres High Point recaptured. Yesterday, Canadian infantry took the German front lines on Mount Sorel and Tortop west of Ypres, reversing the Germans' recent conquest of these high points. This represents the first deliberately planned attack by Canadian forces on the Western Front. Ah, damn it, lost those heights. Ypres is actually not that far away from us. Let's see, where is that? Should be somewhere north there. That's where it is. Oh well. Not close either, I guess. Halfway across Flanders. So, I think this will be today's episode. It was an exciting one, I can tell you that much. I am beyond glad that I somehow managed to get out of that terrible situation alive. It was very narrow. Had we already been well inside the French territory when those Nieuports attacked, I don't think I would have made it home. But we were just close enough to our own territory that I managed to get some ground support and that I managed to escape. We were lucky. I was lucky. Very much so. And so the series continues next time. For now, I want to thank you very much for watching today's episode. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and that you are looking forward to our hopefully numerous adventures with Kampfeinsitzer Kommando Nord. If you don't want to miss an episode, if you want to make sure that you don't miss an episode, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And with that said, once again, thank you very much. Have some really great days and goodbye.